So we are preparing for the launch party, which is pretty crazy because I mean, we've been building this app, working on it, thinking about it, and finally it's come to launch it. And I mean, it took a long time to prepare for this. Not only that, but the pre-marketing with the social media mastermind. We had a lot of people. We had like almost like a cult following at this point, which was pretty interesting. And we said, let's throw a party. We're gonna launch. We're gonna throw a party. We're gonna make this happen and just share it with the world. So I mean, tell us. I want Robert to kind of share kind of our preparing process and what went on with that.
I mean, like it took a month to just prepare the whole venue.
One whole month.
I mean, like
nonstop.
I mean, like from just ideating what the space will be like, how would the party will feel like, and also like what do we want to accomplish also. And so we were brainstorming, we're talking to venues, and I was like sketching dimensions of the venue.
That's right.
Also, right? And then me as a designer planning the experiences for each space, and then design the whole branding for. We have flyers, we have websites, we have cards I want to hand out to people. We had sponsors, we had pull-up banners.
I mean, you think about the level of detail that Robert had to think through. I'm like, just go design, make sure we have everything, right? But he's really thinking through the interactive design also. So it's kind of like when you press the button for the elevator, there's a sign that says, go to the 5th floor. And there's a sign when you walk out, when you go to the first welcome table, that's different from the registration table. There needs to be someone there. It needs a little banner and sign to show something, and needs a little sign-in sheet, so we had to print out the sign-in sheet. Every little detail, everything that prints, he needed to think about, and not just think about, but actually do, right?
Yeah, I think the hardest part for any event, and especially for us, is it's come across the difficulty and really put together the whole plan, right? I want to show the behind the scenes where we had station to station, how we map it out and design it also.
Yeah, and I think one interesting thing also is not just preparing once we had the venue, because we had to find a venue, and we're thinking about restaurants, we're thinking about people's homes, we're thinking about a luxury home also to host the party, and also, but we found a really interesting collaboration, I guess you can call it, right?
We found a perfect one.
I think it was perfect. I mean, it was a rooftop pool deck of a new construction, which was really amazing, and it was all for free. So I think one of the lessons that you can learn from this interaction right here is that it's something you just have to be resourceful and see what value you're providing for both parties. In this case, they were new construction, so they actually only wanted realtors to come in. They said, don't bring your buyers. We only want realtors. And so that was interesting because we're like, we only have realtors that we want to bring, because they wanted to market to realtors to market to their clients. But what happened there then is that we asked, how much is the venue? Actually, we don't ask that question. We're like, we're gonna bring a lot of realtors, help you market and help you get your name on the market and help promote your venue. And this is all the things we're gonna do for you. Wouldn't that be great? And they said, yes. And it's like, great. So we'll just get there and we'll take the venue and we're gonna do it for free, right? And they're like, yeah, no problem, just bring them, no problem. I think in their mind, they're also thinking, they're throwing an event for their venue, but they don't have to pay for anything. Because they usually, when they throw this party, they're paying thousands of dollars in food, drinks, organization just for this. So it was a really great collaboration. So think about kind of like what you can collaborate with to give you a win-win situation in that case also. And that's the same thing with the food and drinks and sponsors, right? You want to talk about some of the sponsors? We talked about talk about Unita, right? Because Unita, we're gonna interview Unita later. But Unita, what is about Unita? What does she want? Do you know what she does, by the way?
She does. I'm a designer, but she does a home warranty, right? Okay.
Yep.
Great.
Very good. Good job, Robert. Good job.
So for any sponsors, I think we have 5 sponsors. I think what they want is to get exposure, and for realtors to connect with the sponsors, and they are vendors.
Yeah.
So it's really for us to giving them an opportunity to talk about their services.
Look, we have like 400 agents. do you want to be our sponsor? And they're like, 400 agents, that's a lot. Yeah, let's do it. And so, I mean, they actually sponsored us and paid us money so that we can throw this party, and we're buying all these things, tables, tablecloths, everything like that, to be there also. So I thought that was really interesting. I think when you're planning a party, all these little details, really what you're trying to encapsulate is a feeling only. So when you're coming up to a table, who is at the registration desk? What do they say? What is their script? How are they going to portray that? And what they're going to do at every single point. After they get a drink, where they're going, where are they going to interact? What activities do they have other than just networking and talking to people? So I think when you're going through these parties and events and things like that, it's a great way to put people together, but also it takes a lot of work, a lot of effort. Like I said, 1 month, and when we're talking about 1 month, we're talking about 7 days a week, 12 hours a day to 14 hours a day, nonstop. And that includes the website as well, that we needed to do it. And at the same time, I needed to get out there and tell people about the party and let people know. And that's where then we had to do social media posts, we had to do email posts, all these things to get people excited about the party and coming to the party. But I'm really excited to talk to one of our sponsors coming later today, Unita Wu, Home Warranty America. I think what I love about working with Unita is that she's very community oriented, and you'll see that when she comes over here. Thank you, Unita, for coming. And we are so excited to have you as part of our hometown journey. And one of the big reasons why I have you here is because we really want you to be incorporated into the book as well that we're writing, because you were such a big supporter of the Hommtown Launch Party also. But before we get into the launch party and all the craziness that day was, I want you to introduce yourself, what you do, and how you provide for the community in general.
First, I want to say congratulations to both of you and the Hommtown team. Really a rock star. I love all the colors, the mix of the turquoise and the green. It's like one of my favorites, green.
Logo
right?
here.
Money, baby. Unita Wu Home Warranty for America. We're a 13 months home warranty. We do home warranty. Basically, typically the seller purchase the home warranty for the buyers because, you know, buyers just move in. This is the biggest investment for them, just purchasing the home. And they want to make sure the appliances work, just like the microwave, the range, the oven, the cooktop, the water heater, the air conditioning during the summertime, or the heating during the winter time. So they just want to make sure everything works.
We've been working together for like 7 years now,
Right.
or 8 years at this time, right?
Yes.
And I think it's interesting because a lot of what she does a lot of times is really support agents and what they do in that. So that's why I think it really came to a really good point where we had a collaboration for that.
Right.
So, Hommtown, talking about the launch party. First of all, I want to ask, why were you one of the supporters? Why did you choose to be one of the supporters? I know I asked, like, could you be one of the supporters, but what was the reason that you had to become one of the supporters?
Well, first of all, the reason is you, Gary. And I met Robert, so which is awesome. And Hommtown is also a great app, right? If you guys think about it, it's kind of like a Zillow with Instagram. And not only you're not promoting the house, most of the time we are promoting the house in a different app. You could also promote the realtor because the realtor be able to do a video. You could see the community, like what's there, what's the food, what's the shopping, and all that stuff. I mean, I love it. I mean, who does not like to see everything in general, right? So when I'm buying a house, I want to make sure, hey, what's out there as well next to my home. And you know, as a realtor, they're going to be a win-win because they're promoting themselves, their brand, and their information is going to be there.
That's such a great pitch. I mean, like, she knows our pitch in and out, right? Robert has a question for you.
Second question. I think for the hometown party, what was your most vivid memory that made you say, wow, this is something special?
There's so many of them. I don't know where to start. First of all, the venue is amazing. It's on the rooftop, and it was a sunny day. It was beautiful. And there's a VIP lounge. We'll be able to do a tasting for whiskey and some wine, and basically meeting great people. I actually get to meet Robert on the first time, so I'm really happy with that, and get to see all your team and yourself, and taking video and taking pictures and everything.
Any like special moment, favorite moment in the party?
I also like the one that Robert made, that little flyer stand, that the little mini one. I thought it was great. The cup, hello, cheers. So it's good. I mean, I think the overall setup was really great. I like the video that we made.
Nice.
Yeah.
Now this question is actually for Christine over here. So You can pause this right here. So, Christine was also. I mean, we were working day and night as we described earlier during the early part of the session. But like, if you were to describe the party in 3 emojis, how would you describe it?
In 3 emojis, I would say it's the mind blown one, this one, and then the party one.
Nice. And why was it mind blowing and all those? Describe why.
It was mind blowing to see everyone, supporting the app. I think it was this one because there were so many people. I was registering them and hounding people down if they didn't register and download the app. And then it's the party one because it was a fun party. I had a lot of margaritas.
It was such a crazy time that I think like the mind blow one, I think it was like for a month, our minds were completely exploding and going crazy. What about you, Keisha? How would you describe it? 3 emojis.
3 emojis. 1, champagne. The champagne popping. We had bottles and bottles and bottles of champagne.
Well, you're at the bar also.
I was in charge of a lot of things, but wherever I was, I had a glass of champagne for some reason.
Very good.
The other one, definitely the little dancing girls, even though there were guys too. It was also everybody there.
Nice.
Last one, if I had to think, if there was a blue heart emoji, it would have been a blue heart.
Why blue heart?
Because our hometown logo colors are blue-green. Blue-greenish. Can we opt to put a blue-green heart? Can we contact Apple for that?
Let's do it. All right. Robert, next question for you,
Next
Nina.
question. For you, Nina. I think it was at the party. Did you notice any unexpected surprises that, adds another layer of surprise and excitement to the party?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I thought the ballet academy, it was there for doing a fundraiser, was really cool. I mean, I know my daughter loves ballet, and then so to get to see the real ballet person, they put a lot of effort, and the dancing, I thought it was really nice.
We danced too, a little bit.
Yeah, and at the grand opening, they will be able to take picture with you guys doing the ribbon cutting.
Yeah, I think that was one of my favorite points also is the ballet, having the ACB, the American Contemporary Ballet.
Yeah.
I actually wanted them to do a performance, but they couldn't because they didn't have an actual stage.
Right.
So they actually taught me and Robert how to do a ballet pose, which we failed horribly, but it was a lot of fun to have them there and just interact with the whole group. I think one of the big things about that was really bringing together the community because they're really part of the community in the arts, and we wanted to support the arts also. And be able to do that. So that's one of the biggest things that we want to do as well. So
Yeah, and I love it. We get to see a show.
Yeah, great. Next question is actually open to anybody here. Share a funny moment, memory during the party that really captures, do you think, the atmosphere with that? Let's start with you, Robert.
I think a funny moment for me was like me and you, we were taking photos of the whole with the whole crowd, with the whole supporters. I think for me, it was coming back and review all those photos. I was so happy with the ballerinas. My face, the happy smile. That was just comes out really natural for me.
That's why you're not smiling when you take pictures of me, huh?
A little bit. No, but I think they're really good supporters. The ballerinas. I go to their shows. And then we were there at the rehearsals. And for those who doesn't know, ACB, American Contemporary Ballet, go support them, visit them. They're amazing.
So I think for me, one of the biggest moments was actually when we started setting up and like all the signs started going up, the logos started going up, because we've been a month planning this and we were only able to imagine what could be there. So we were like, okay, the signs are going to go here, the tables are going to go here, the little tables are going to go here, the VIP room with the chef that we brought in, with the private chef, it was a private sushi chef. And, we're just imagining things though. And when it started setting up and it started actualizing, that was the moment where I was like, wow, this is actually really happening. Like all our whole month's work, but not just a month's work, 3 years worth of work is coming together in one day to launch our hometown party. In that sense, it was a launch party, and that was really amazing to see. But what was really crazy to see was people coming in And I could kind of count in my mind, especially with Christine being there, like I can count, like there's about 50 people here now, there's 100 people here now, and then because we only expected about 100 to 150, and like over 400 people came, and that's what was
amazing.
mind-blowing for me. And
Right.
people that I didn't even know were coming, like Ben Louis, like what are you doing here? Like, and why are you in the VIP room? But it was very interesting to see that interaction and to see so many people. And then the last moment that really stands out in my mind is when it came to 7 o'clock. Was it to 8 o'clock, right? We finished at 8. Yeah. So when it came to 8 o'clock, we were like, okay, guys, it's time to leave. It's 7:50. No, 8:15, 7:15. Which one? 7:15. 7 o'clock finish. It's 7:15. We're like, okay, guys, time to leave. 7:30, get out of here. Let's go. 7:40, like, get the heck out of here. Like, they just did not want to leave, I'm like, we have an after party for a reason, but they did not want to leave. And I think for me, like, as a party planner, as an event organizer, to see people enjoy it so much, I think that's really a success, but it also really shows the success of the community.
Right.
Because as realtors coming together, being able to enjoy something together, I think really is a great space to be in. And
Right.
we're really happy that not just our party, but Hommtown and what we believe in is really elevating the realtor and the community. And by bringing the community together here, I think that was really amazing.
I love that.
Christine, what do you think?
The question was, what was the most fun,
Memorable moment.
For me, oh God,
You're
I was
still
just
thinking of registering.
I'm just thinking of replaying the registration in my head the whole party. I think that was the most memorable.
What about a fun, memorable
A fun,
moment?
memorable? Sneaking sushi before the event started.
Awesome. What about you, Keisha? I mean, like, so, Keisha, describe a little what you did on that day of the party.
I was in charge of filming some media content for the launch party, but obviously it did take a turn. So I was very busy getting ice, very busy refilling.
You have to go out to get ice, right?
I had to go out to get ice. I had to refill the bar. I had to make sure I had to sub in for check-in because if some people needed to either go to the bathroom or needed to get more ice. Ice was a big problem. Would I call it fun and memorable? I guess so. But one fun and memorable moment for me, I guess, was actually my job, like filming people, interviewing people about the event. It was really nice to see what people had to say for Gary and Robert, to see how people were proud of the project for Hommtown for the past 3 years. And it was really nice meeting a lot of people. Also, it was a very tiring day, but very successful.
So, Keisha's our summer intern, and what did you experience as part of being an intern, like here, that you think you wouldn't get at a normal job? Because it's not a normal job, would you say?
Definitely not.
So, what
Definitely
are some
not.
of the skills that you learned?
Well, some skills I learned that I wouldn't get anywhere else is learning about startup culture. Startup culture is huge. I have to be used to wearing many, many hats, especially if I'm just an intern. I can expect myself to do media. I can expect myself to do design work. I can expect myself to social media manage. There was a lot of things I had to do, but honestly, it's a lot of things I learned, a lot of skills I learned in a course of, I believe it was like 4 months, which I wouldn't get anywhere else. Most of the time, if I'm placed anywhere else, I'd be in charge of something smaller, something that wouldn't mark like an immediate change. But I think this is beneficial for me and very substantial for me, for my own growth, especially for my journey into UX design.
And you did a lot of these UX designs right here, right?
I actually did all of those. That's some.
So we're gonna wrap it up. I just want to say thank you to Unita and her support, not just for Hommtown, but for all the agents and really for the community. I see you at all the community events, and we're so happy to have you part of the launch party and to be a sponsor and supporter for Hommtown. Anything you want to say, Robert?
I want to say thank you, Unita. It's great meeting you. You have great energy. My first time meeting you, actually.
Right.
But I can see there's more agents that will be needing your service and your appreciation to the whole community. Yeah.
Thank you guys, and wish you guys all the best and congratulations. And I can't see this girl keep growing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, that's it.
That's it.